Yeah, comedy came a little late in my life. I think, most stand-up comics, you go to the clubs and they're like the 20 somethings that have a lot of time to go to the late night open mics and things like that. So I started in comedy in 2014 and I took a class, I took a workshop. And at that point, I had already been a professional keynote speaker for over a decade. And I wanted to learn how to craft a joke so that my keynote programs could be funnier. A funny thing happened when I did my own original 7-minute comedy set for the purpose of being a better keynoter. It was like, oh, that's all I want to do right now is just make people laugh. It was a whole different energy. Like when I'm doing a keynote or a training program at a sales or leadership conference or something like that, you're paying for the content. It's nice and it helps the medicine go down when I'm funny on stage and relatable and all of those things, but it's the content that is the king in that scenario. Well, in comedy, you are paying to be laughing every 7 to 10 seconds and you're paying for original ideas. And so it was much scarier, but it really helped me look at my life completely differently. Everything that was frustrating for me, I would write in a journal and then I would look at it and go, what's funny about this? And eventually, if you keep asking yourself that question, you will find an answer. My comedy coach, her name is Christina Hall, very much alive and well and still doing things in comedy. But she would ask us questions like, what's embarrassing about that? What's unusual about that? And she taught me to really be an observer of myself observing life. And that just changed the game for me. It was just so fascinating. And it was like, why did that register with me just then? Why did I notice that? That's an interesting thing that I said right there. Why did I say that? So it's just observing yourself observing was sort of how it all happened. And in fact, that's how I came up with the name of my one-woman show, Optimistic Personality Disorder. It was because I wrote in my journal. At that time, my marriage was falling apart. It was very difficult. And I was writing, and I actually wrote the sentence, something like, I'm pretty sure this divorce will be smooth. And all of a sudden I looked at it and I go, why in the world would I think when we were in love and it was challenging that we are no longer in love, but the divorce is going to go smooth? Like, I think I'm the one with the problem. And it just hit me. It was like, okay, I think that's a little bit too much optimism. I didn't even think it consciously. It was like optimistic personality disorder just showed up on the page. And I'm like, that actually defines my entire life.
Wow.